Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-Leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. So I've been a little MIA. I wanted to give my apologies to those of you who are avid watchers of my content. Thank you for your patience, thank you for your time, and thank you for all of your love. This past weekend I hosted a Bible study and Pilates event, and it was such a super sweet time in the Lord. We had an amazing Pilates class. I met some beautiful women and it was just awesome. And it was my very first event under my new company, Fitness Princess. You can find us under Fitness Princess Wellness on Instagram. Because it was my first event, I had to shift and dedicate all of my attention to making sure everything went well. And thank the Lord, everything went amazingly. So anywho, I am back with another video for you all today. We're talking about two new fragrances that I picked up recently. I've been playing with them and I wanted to come on and share my thoughts. Today we are talking about the two new Lattafa fragrances, Bonafi and Pistache. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts, then please keep watching. Hey, my beautiful friend, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to stop and watch this video. I do not take your time for granted, and I'm so grateful that you're here. If you're new here on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, I sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle, and in every single video, there's some encouragement. So if any of those things pique your interest, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. So let's talk a little bit about the new Eclaire Pistache by Latafa. Pistache has notes of pistachio spread cream and pistachio at the top, whipped cream, coconut, and cacao at the mid, and milk, vanilla, and musk at the base. So it has been about, I want to say, over a week now since I've had this fragrance. So still fairly new to my collection, but I feel like I've gotten to know this fragrance and I've gathered some information, I've gathered some intel, and I'm ready to share it with you all. So this fragrance, as I mentioned in my short, I did a short for these fragrances. It reminds me of a macaron, a French pastry, the French pastry that we all know and love. And this one reminds me of a pistachio macaron with a chocolate mousse on the inside. And then you have some nuts sprinkled on top. That is what I'm getting from this fragrance. It is so delicious. This smells like literal food. I think of the two, this one smells more like food. So delicious smelling. Oh my goodness. Even sniffing from the cap, it smells like a mix of pistachio and cacao. The cacao has gotten even stronger in this fragrance since I've had it. This is so delicious. A side note, I did have the original Eclair and I ended up decluttering that one, gifting it to a fragrance friend because I didn't have a need for it. I had tried the original Bianco Latte and I also discovered some amazing inspired versions that I was more than happy with. So I no longer have the original in my collection. But when I tell you I'm super happy to have these flankers, it's no exaggeration. They are that good. When I first spray this one out, it gives me a blast of something creamy and then the cacao follows right away. I do get a pistachio, but the pistachio in here doesn't smell like a raw pistachio. Instead, it smells like a pistachio dessert or something where pistachio is incorporated. So it's not like a raw pistachio that you would eat out of a can or out of a bag. It's not quite that pistachio forward. However, it does give the sense of a pistachio based pastry or snack of some sort. And then that cacao hits, that cacao comes in strong almost right away. There is a coconut accord in this fragrance that I do pick up very faintly in the background. So if you don't like coconut, it's not like a strong coconut. It's not a coconut that's in your face. It's just kind of lingering in the background, giving a bit of substance and a little bit of nuance to this fragrance. This fragrance also has lactonic accords. So think milk, think whipped cream. It smells very rich, but also still stays very light, which by the way is a common theme between both fragrances. They both feel very light and airy. So in essence, you have two fragrances that smell rich and very edible, but still remain very light and airy. As far as performance, this one gives me about 4 hours of really prominent projection where I can smell it and others around me can smell it if they're in my vicinity. So this one is not the best performing fragrance in my opinion as of right now. However, I imagine if I overspray this one, it's going to project for farther and it's going to give me that projection for longer. So this one doesn't have anything about it that makes it stand out in terms of performance. So it's not going to have this long-lasting sillage. It's going to be a moderate projector and you're going to get that projection for about 4 hours before it becomes a scent bubble. So that's the type of fragrance this one is. Nonetheless, it's an amazing, amazing scent that is perfect for fall, and this is going to be really, really nice in the wintertime when I want something cozy to put on. It's so delicious. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. Another theme about both of these fragrances, they're not overly sweet. They're not like nauseatingly sweet. I feel like the sweetness has been suppressed so that you get just enough if you have a sweet tooth, if you love really, really sweet fragrances. But for those of you who may not enjoy that, it's not over the top in my opinion. Especially this one. This one is definitely not overly sweet at all. This is Lattafa's Eclaire Flanker Pistache. The next flanker is Bonafi, and this one is named after a very popular dessert. I am sure you can already tell that I absolutely love these two fragrances, but this one is my favorite. If you do not like banana in your fragrances, then this is another one that I feel is pretty banana forward. So it is definitely giving me banana. It's definitely giving me creamy, sweet. There's something in this fragrance that makes it a little salty sweet, and that could be the dulce de leche fragrance note that's in this perfume. This one does have like this sweet, salty thing going on. It feels very light, very fluffy. And y'all, when I tell you this has incredible performance, I think that's my most favorite part about it. I mean, serious performance. It's so good. So what I love about this one is the sillage that it leaves behind. So not only does it project at more than an arm's length for several hours, the sillage is lasting that long as well. So I've worn this one out all day long on several occasions, and when I tell you I'm surrounded in the most fluffy cloud of banana cream ever, that is what this fragrance is giving me. The icing on the cake is that this one has gotten so many compliments. Every time I have this one on, it gets compliments. So this one is one that is a crowd pleaser in my opinion, and it also has amazing performance. Now, unlike another perfume I have, Banana Bliss, this one feels a lot denser, and it also feels a lot more rich. So picture a light fluffy dessert versus something very rich and creamy and thick. This is definitely a lot thicker. One of my subbies also mentioned that this one gives her a buttery popcorn sort of feel, and I do agree that this one leans a little bit more along those lines, whereas Eclair has a sweet salty, but it doesn't veer in the butter popcorn territory. And this one, of course, is very, very light. It feels so light. And I was at a spa, and one of the spa employees told me that that's how she felt I smelled. She described me as smelling like a light, super, super duper light cake frosting. So if you have Ministry of Gourmand's Banana Bliss, that's how it differs from Bonafi. Bonafi, similar to Banana Bliss, has like this fruitiness and this candy-like sort of accord in it, but this one does not smell like banana runts, which is what I'm personally getting from Banana Bliss. This one smells less artificial. The candy-like notes, the fruity-like notes in this one smell a lot more, for lack of a better term, natural and less artificial than the banana accord in Banana Bliss. Whew, yeah, you can probably already tell this is my favorite. I love this one because it smells so juicy and light and fresh and very banana forward in the opening, and then it gets like super creamy but in a whipped sort of way as it dries down to where it's reminiscent of a frosting. Just like the spa attendant told me I smelled. I'm definitely picking up on that mix of praline and biscuit on the dry down, and I feel like it definitely mixes so beautifully with the vanilla and whipped cream at the mid of this fragrance to give off that frosting-like feel. So this, y'all, is so good. And I think what I love the most about this one is how light it is. So it's perfect for year-round use, but it will definitely be getting lots of wear this fall and winter. And I can even picture some things I would pair with this one to amp up the banana, make it thicker, make it sweeter, make it more winter appropriate when that time comes. This is Lattafa's newest Eclaire Banoffi. All right, friend, we've come to the end of the video, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here. If you found this video helpful, if it gave you a little bit more insight into these fragrances, if you found this video entertaining, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up on your way out, because that helps my channel continue to grow and reach other fragrance lovers like us. Also, if you have not yet checked it out, I definitely encourage you to check out my newest 30-day devotional called Align and Reign. I think this devotional is perfect for the busy, on-the-go woman who wants to get closer to God and wants to begin to take some action steps towards uncovering and refining her identity on the journey to uncovering her purpose. If that is you and you're ready to go on this 30-day spiritual glow up, then definitely check out the link in the description box. For those of you who have already purchased, thank you so much, and thank you for all of the lovely feedback I've gotten thus far. So, before we go our separate ways, friend, I wanted to remind you today of just how unique and special you are. I've said it before, but you are truly a one of one. This past weekend, one of the Bible verses we went over during my event was Psalm 139 verses 14. I think we went to like 16. But the verse that really stood out to me was verse 15. And in verse 15, we get some imagery that refers to a mother's womb. And it talks about how God knew us in that secret place. How even in our mother's womb, we were being crafted and knit together. And when I think about the conditions that are needed, first of all, for us human beings to be healthy, I'm talking the right blood pressure flow, the right temperature in our bodies, all of the systems needing to work together in unison. And then I think about the womb and how the conditions inside of the womb need to be so specific to create a healthy baby, and how every baby comes out so beautiful and so different. It really points to just how unique we are. We are truly a one of one. There will never be another person quite like you. And that is the mystery of the womb. It's a place and a process that points to a God that created us so lovingly. And so as you go about the rest of your week, remember just how special and unique and important and how set apart you really are. People and things we've been told and just the world and the state of the world can sometimes make us doubt our worth, but you are worth so much. And I just wanted to remind you of that today, friend. Anywho, as usual, I will be over here reflecting on the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Mwah.